to see that happen. No one on this hill is wishing a crash on anybody else.
Absolutely.
Anyone else.
Absolutely.
And what they're doing here, they're checking. The reason why that's so important, it's not only speed, but what happens with there's big gouges in the track like that is runners can catch in there, and it's going to it becomes a big safety problem. Now they're going through, checking out the sled, seeing if the push bar mechanism's right there.
Yeah, this is really interesting. You can see the little lever that the brake man flicks, it snaps back in. You know, a lot of these, you don't pull it in often, it's just a little release and it snaps back in under a springing effect. So great view inside the sled there.
Absolutely, great camera work. So we're getting to see. And what's happening here is Nick is, that's not his, that's the other guy's sled.
Yeah. There you can see as well how the sleds get back up the hill.
So again, we'll take one more look here. He comes in, drives a little bit hard off 11, and he gets pushed away, and he's really late into 12. And what happens there is you have to drive the sled hard to get it back online. He's a new driver, overdrives it a little bit too hard, gets low. The pressure just brings him up and over, and all of a sudden, even if he's trying to save it, he's got 3 guys over 300 kilos, so 600 pounds, 650 pounds pushing the rest of the sled back. And it's going to be really hard to tell what happens here, whether he gets pulled out or whether he just decides that you can see he's slipping out at that point. He probably gets pulled out at that point.
You know, you're holding onto these tiny little metal loops. They're not big handles or anything. They're tiny little metal brackets, little U-shaped brackets often, and with often no more than a finger or a couple of fingers, because normally G-forces hold you down in the sled. Of course, when you're upside down and 5 times your body weight is trying to pull you out, 2 fingers isn't often enough to hold you.
And I'll tell you what, I've been in plenty of situations myself in the back of the sled where you just decide you've had enough, and as a brakeman you have the advantage to be able to kick out. Yep.
Just on those aluminium tubes, just tiny little U-shaped bits of metal.
Yeah, and you're often holding on with 2 fingers. Yeah. Just keeping yourself in place. You don't want to be too tense in there, because that's just adding to the rigidity of the sled. Since there is no suspension in these sleds, the push athletes in the back have to be as relaxed as they can to kind of help absorb all that shock that we see. You can see the sled's a little bit worse for wear. It will be a slower sled now, but these sleds have seen crashes before. And you've got a great crew in the Boat-On crew who will be able to hopefully patch this up when it heads to Lake Placid next week.
We'll head back to the garage in Lake Placid. There's